Welcome, Taurus. Welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. Taurus, this is a mid-month reading for the month of April 15th through the 30th. Of course, some of the things that I'm looking at as the Spirit has guided the cards, I do see some of the things are going to extend quite naturally beyond April the 30th. However, this is a mid-month reading, so we can look at some of the energies that are out there for some of you Taurians. Once again, it's a general reading, but some of this stuff is going to apply to a lot of you. Taurians, I do see where you're working steady. I do see a nice steady flow, a nice steady job, a nice steady income. And as far as that is concerned, you should just continue doing that. You should continue working. You should don't be anxious about changing. Just continue doing what you're doing, because there is a blessing in you doing just what you're doing now. There's good fortune in you just going forward and just maintaining your good quality schedule. For some of you Taurians, though, I do see where you saw through someone who was deceiving you. And I do see where you forced the change, where you actually did something to end this relationship, and that was a very good thing for you. And the reason why it was a good thing for you is because I do see where you might have experienced some discomfort, you might have been distraught, you might have felt brokenhearted. However, I do see now that you're coming out of it, or I do see as you are coming out of this negative relationship, this unhealthy relationship, I do see where your emotions are going to be much more stable. You're going to feel much better about yourself and about your life. Now, for some of you Taurians, I see that you're having some second guesses or some doubts about returning to school. And you do need to go back to school. Some of you that are in the Taurian family are being reluctant to go back to school. I'm being advised through the tarot, through our spirit guide here, that you need to return to school, because you cannot achieve the economic stability and the economic growth even that you want until you go back to school and get that training. So I do see some of you are being advised to go back to school. I see that as you're ending this unhealthy relationship, I do see a celebrative time. I do see a time when you're going to be celebrating. I do see where you're going to have to readjust your balance, because you probably have been involved with this person and you probably have included them, or you probably have had them as part of your schedule. So I do see where you're going to have to adjust your schedule and maintain or move forward to go forward into some type of a balance, a better balance for yourself. For some of you Taurians who are looking for employment, I do see employment being offered to you very soon. I see employment being offered to you, and I see that this employment has an opportunity for growth. For some of you Taurians, particularly those of you who are the female energy Taurians, I do see some growth economically. I do see an offer for a new job or a promotion on your job. For some of you Taurians, and once again, it looks like it's particularly for the female energy. However, not necessarily. For some of you though, I do see where this going back to school and this getting further training has a lot to do with your economic growth. There's a job offer, or there's an opportunity for employment that you're not qualified for. So you have to go back to school. You have to work on yourself, and you have to put yourself in a position where you can be considered for those upgrades and those promotions in your employment. Some of you are listening and some of you are not. But I do see, as a general energy for Taurians, I do see where there is a wise female energy that is offering you guidance. Now you need to listen to that guidance, and you need to take heed to the advice that's being given to you. It's someone who's a female, and that female is intelligent, probably educated female, and she's giving you some good advice. Some of you Taurians are going to be relocating. I see another card indicating relocation. I see a card here, general reading once again, but I do see a card here for some of you Taurians that indicate that you're going to be moving to another location, moving to another setting. For some of you Taurians, I do see a very happy family. I do see in the happy family, there's a happy family structure. And that happy family structure is being disturbed by an unhealthy relationship. Now let me explain to you what I mean by unhealthy relationship for some of you Taurians, not all of you. But for some of you Taurians, you have a happy family, but at the same time, there is a relationship where you are either the third party or there is another party that you don't know about in your relationship. So for some of you Taurians, you do need to be mindful and pay attention to the signs. For some Taurians, I do see where you are looking at a legal situation or a governmental official situation. It could be school, it could be loans, it could be parking tickets, it could be child support, it could be someone is perhaps suing you, or perhaps you're suing someone. Whatever it is that you are going through, and you know better than I do, whatever it is that you're going through, Taurians, I do see where you need to dot your I's and cross your T's. I do see where this legal matter at this time, it is not going to work out in your favor. I do see that. So expect that you may have to go back to court. You may have to go back to your planning stage. You may have to go back to the table and renegotiate. So I do see that, Taurians. Some of you Taurians need to pay more attention to your budgeting. I do see where there's a need to budget, because I do see where your budget is completely out of control. And for some of you Taurians, you are waiting for assistance. And that assistance also seems to be challenged for some of you Taurians. So in other words, the same energy that I saw in the center of your spread, Taurians, that indicate that you did something, that you got up and made something happen for yourself that brought you out of that negative and unhealthy relationship, that same drive you need to apply to your finances and to your profession and your career. And once again, I do see once again the card that indicates that you need to go back to school, get some skills. Even if you take a course online or you're going to go for a certificate of some type, that is a need for some of you Taurians. For some of you Taurians, I do see though a magnificent celebration with your friends. I see a celebration with your friends. So possibly you're coming out of this unhealthy relationship, and I do see a job being offered to some of you. And at the same time, I do see a great celebration among friends. Great celebration, a congratulatory celebration. For some of you Taurians, I do see a very healthy and intelligent and stable female energy. So if you're single and you're looking, for some of you Taurians, I do see that female energy coming in your future. In addition to that, for some of you who are of the female energy and you're looking for the male energy, I also see that in the final outcome. And let me describe this male energy and this female energy. The male energy that I see coming is an intellectual person. This person is educated, well-read, articulate, and they are stable-minded. They have a stable mind, mature, not mature to the point of being antique, but they are intelligent enough to give good advice, and they are intelligent enough for you to enjoy conversation and quality good time with. So there's a good, healthy relationship coming in the way of a masculine energy for some of you Taurians. In addition to that, for some of you who are looking for the female energy, I do see a very stable, very beautiful, very solid, very wise. In fact, not only is she wise, but she also is spiritual. I see a very spiritual, a very not necessarily religious. That's not what I'm saying, but I am saying that I do see a spiritually minded female energy coming for some of you who are looking for a female energy. For some of you Taurians, I do see where you are going to have a decision to make regarding your future. and I do see you making the right decision. So I do see you making the right decision, and I see that it's going to come smoothly for you. It's not going to be something that's going to be stressful. You're going to reach out, make the right decision, and move forward. Because I do see that some of you Taurians are really struggling right now, and some of you are not as happy as you could be, as you should be, and as you deserve to be. Taurians, this has been a general reading for mid-month April 2017, from April 15th to April 30th. For those of you who are interested in a private reading, you'd like to book a private reading with me, please reach out to me on email, one who sees for you at yahoo.com. Be more than happy to book a private reading and be more than happy to hear from you. Please enjoy the balance of April, Taurian.